Hey guys, it's me Jessica here, corporate recruiter, and I am coming back with another video. It is the beginning of February 2020, so if you've been watching any of my other videos, you know I like to highlight companies that are hiring like crazy. As said by Glassdoor, Glassdoor is a company that basically shares or connects employers to job seekers, and they have a blog where they actually post each month companies that are hiring just a ton within that specific time, but also companies that are highly rated by that company's employees with a 4-star rating or above on a 1 to 5 star scale. So anyway, I'm going to jump right into the list of companies here. So if you are looking for a job, these are the places that you need to be looking at, and I will talk about the locations and everything too. Right, so number 1 is PayPal. So most people know about PayPal. Most people use PayPal, like myself. It is a online payment system that most people are pretty familiar with. Now, they are a $17 billion company, known globally. So they are hiring in quite a few places right now, actually. They're hiring in California, Washington, D.C., and also Arizona and Nebraska. So those are some of the places that were highlighted as where they're actually hiring heavily. Number 2 is GitLab. Now, I had to look up GitLab. I had heard about the company before, but they're basically a tech company, and they're specifically in the DevOps platform. They've been around since 2011, and as a lot of tech companies, they started out in San Francisco. They are heavily looking for technical people. I really didn't see much of anything else. So if you're in a technical field, you might want to check out GitLab. And also, the great thing about their company is they were also hiring remotely and globally. So anywhere, whether you're in the US or outside of the US, I know I have some folks outside of the US that watch my channel. So this will be a great company to look at. The next one is another tech firm, Here Tech. I really had to look for some information about this one. This is a company that is headquartered in the Netherlands. And they actually are a tech company, but they focus on mapping and location data. So like when you're using your GPS, that data that you're actually accessing, this is a company that provides that kind of information. So they're hiring in Chicago, Michigan, Massachusetts, and Colorado, and they're hiring technical people. Moving on. The next one I'm pretty familiar with from a consumer standpoint, and it is Kind. So this is number 4, Kind. And so if you've ever tried Kind bars, you will probably recognize the name. They have, been in the food and beverage industry for quite a while. They're a private firm headquartered in New York, and they're hiring really across the board, but some food related positions, customer service, supply chain, and also HR or human resources are areas that they're focused on. And they're based in New York, so they're hiring in New York. They're also hiring in Austin, Texas, Ohio, and also Miami, Florida. Number 5 is Nice in Contact. This company, it was really hard to find some information for, but they're essentially a contact center that provides like customer service support. So they're targeted to companies that need that kind of support so they can kind of outsource their customer service needs. They are hiring in Utah, California, DC, and they're also hiring in Austin, Texas as well. And they do have some remote positions. They had a mix of sales, marketing, and technical openings when I looked. Next on the list is Cox Automotive. Now, they've been on the list in the past. So they are actively looking. They've been looking for the past couple of months. This company is basically like a Carvana or Carfax, similar. They're like competitors to Cox Automotive, and they are based out of Atlanta, Georgia. So they are hiring in Atlanta, Georgia, also in California and Ohio. They're also hiring in Utah. So another company, I've seen them on the list for quite a bit. I know they're ranked really well on Glassdoor. People really talk about how Cox Automotive invests in their people, so that's always a good sign. So if you are in the technical field, in the HR, human resources field, this is definitely a place for you. If you have administrative type of experience, or you have any kind of vehicle experience, or even production operators, they're looking for those too. So they're kind of across the board, hourly and salary roles, all the same. And like I said, it's pretty similar to Carfax. Also, they're hiring in my hometown, St. Louis, Missouri. So if you're there, check them out. I had to take some notes, so I'm moving on to the list. So we're at number 7, and this next one is Equity Zen. They're based in New York City, and they're only hiring in New York City. With New York being the financial capital of the world, they are a venture capital firm. And next up is number 8, Billtrust. Billtrust is in the hardware IT industry. Didn't really get a ton of details on them, but they're hiring in New Jersey and Colorado. Pretty good reviews on Glassdoor. They're a smaller company, between 500 and 1,000 employees. They're based in New Jersey as well. So, I mean, seem to see a lot of good things online, at least, so it would be a great place to check out. If you are in the technical space, they are also hiring in sales. So that was pretty much all I saw, was sales in tech. I did see a manager in training kind of position. Didn't really go into that, and I saw some other HR specific roles as well. So if you're in any of those fields and you're in the New Jersey area, this would be a great place to check out, or if you're in Colorado as well. Next on the list, number 9, is Sony. So Sony, I think most people are pretty familiar with. They've been around since like 1940s. You know, they're in the consumer electronics. A lot of people know the Sony camera if you were born maybe in the 90s or before then. They are headquarters in Japan. I actually didn't know that. I know Sony, it sounds Japanese, but hey, I didn't really realize that. But it is based in Japan. They're hiring across basically the US, but specifically California and Atlanta. And they also have remote positions. So I imagine with it being remote, you may be able to find a job with them, whether you're in the US, within Japan, or anywhere else in the world. I don't know, but that might be a good place to check out. Great brand recognition. And like I said, they're in the electronics consumer area, which is definitely a growing space. Number 10 is Informatica, and I do believe Informatica was on a list in the past couple of months. So they are hiring. They are basically a software system tool similar to an SAP or an Oracle type of system, and they are headquartered in California, like most of the other tech companies. So they are hiring in California, Austin, and also New York, Pennsylvania, and St. Louis, Missouri. So another company where employees say there's, just a great work culture and everything there. A lot of the positions I saw were heavy on sales, so they need salespeople. So if you're in the sales area, this might be the place for you to look if you're looking for a job. Next on the list, and I'm just going to kind of run through these quickly because I'm getting kind of close to 10 minutes and I don't want to make this video super long, but these are really good companies to check out. So number 11 is, it's Aclaro Learning, and they're looking for teachers. They're hiring in New York, Wisconsin, and New Jersey. They're also hiring some remote positions and in other cities across the U.S. And they're in childcare early childhood education. They're in that space. Next up is Geico, the insurance firm. They're hiring in New York, Georgia, Iowa, Maryland, Kansas City, Missouri. By the way, they did just win the Super Bowl. Hey. And then they're also hiring in New York, Woodbury, New York, and Buffalo, New York. They're hiring for primarily administrator type of roles, like just corporate functions, attorney, HR, legal secretaries, that kind of thing. But they're also hiring for auto adjusters and the normal things that you would think of for an insurance company. They're pretty much hiring across the board. So if you're in any industry, you might want to look at Geico. Amazon, all hail Amazon. So they are hiring across the US as well. Utah, New Orleans, Vegas, Dallas, Texas, Virginia, and more. So really with their positions is across the board, obviously technical positions, but then also some customer service. You got your creative roles. They're really hiring for, it seems like, anything and everything. So definitely check out Amazon, because obviously they're a growing company. They need people as they grow. So if you're on the job search, check out Amazon. Next up is Netflix. So Netflix is hiring in the US and outside the US, hiring in California, Mumbai, India, Paris, France, and Singapore specifically. And there are some other locations as well. Let's see. They're hiring for pretty much across the board. They're actually hiring people for engineering internships, but then also full-time positions like finance associates and customer service reps and things of that nature. Let's see. Invite. So I didn't really look into Invite. I didn't really look up the companies too much after number 10, but this company is, it seems like they're in bioinformatics. So they're hiring for bioinformatics engineer, researchers, designers, data engineers, lab technicians. They're basically hiring for everything. Check them out if you're looking for a job. Specifically, they're hiring in California, Chicago, Illinois, New York, and Lubbock, Texas. That's my Texas accent, by the way. Associated Bank Corp. So banking, if you are in that field, this company is looking for bankers, loan officers, financial advisors, all of the such, all the sort. And they're looking in Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois, and Chicago specifically was listed. It seems like employees say that they have really good benefits. So if that's something that you are looking for in your next job, like ample PTO time or vacation time, that might be a place for you. Elastic. Okay, this is one that I want to look up just because I'm just curious about this name. So what does Elastic do? Infotech. Okay, so it's a technology company. You can look that up later if you like. So Elastic is hiring in Colorado, Chicago, Portland, Oregon, and New York. A lot of New York on here. Mainly sales and engineering. So if you're in those fields, you know where to look. All right, so next up on the list is Freedom Mortgage company. So they're looking for loan advisors, foreclosure managers, business analysts, project managers, all of those kind of related roles. They're also looking for sales and other areas too. So if you're in sales, definitely look here. And then if you're in the banking industry and you've had that experience, definitely a good place to look. So they're hiring in New Jersey, California, Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't normally see a lot in Charlotte, North Carolina on this list, so that's cool. Jacksonville, Florida, and Maryland. Cool. Lower.com. lower.com. I'm gonna look them up in a second, but they are looking for loan officers. So they're in the mortgage industry as well. It looks like they are hiring in Columbus, Ohio. So if you're in Columbus, Ohio, you should be looking for a job at lower.com. And let me just look at them for just a second here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so just what I thought. They're a smaller company, between 50 and 200 employees, and they're in lending, or getting mortgages. Not too much information on here, but it does look like they have good reviews online. At least on Glassdoor, they're rated at a 4.8. So you can go online and look at them if you're interested. But if you're in Columbus, Ohio, and looking for a job, there you go. Last on the list, number 20, is Desert Diamond Casino, and they are looking for everything. They're looking for technical folks, they're looking for project managers, they're looking for everything of the sort, including chefs. So if you are in Arizona, anywhere in Arizona, Tucson, Glendale, whatever, you might want to look here. And then Desert Casino, let's see. So they're headquartered in Tucson, Arizona, and they have between 1,000 and 5,000 employees. They were founded in 1985, so they've been around for a while. Cool. So if you're okay with being in the casino industry, that would be a good place for you to look for a job if you are looking in the Arizona area. So there you have it. That's the 20 companies that are hiring like crazy this month, February 2020. I hope this video is helpful. Again, my name is Jess. I'm a corporate recruiter. I like to share any insights as far as interviewing and basically helping people find jobs, just sharing my knowledge, and this is a part of that. So hopefully this job share helps you as you're searching, or if you know someone that's looking for a job, send them this video. Really easy. All they have to do is listen and go apply. And if they need any help with resumes or interviews, have them check out my channel. I will link the article below so you can take a peek at these companies. But thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up and definitely subscribe if you like this kind of content. And I will see you in the next video. Bye. Have a great one.